New Patriotic Party NPP is accusing the National Democratic Congress NDC of sharing the nation's resources to influence votes in this year's elections. At a news conference in Accra, the party's Deputy Communications Director Yaboabing Esamoah, however, said the act will not change the minds of Ghanaians.
The New Patriotic Party is alleging that the NDC is distributing the nation's resources to influence votes in this year's elections. The NPP is saying that in 2012, the NDC campaign team embarked on the same votes buying strategy to influence votes. The NPP's Deputy Communications Director, Yaboabing Esamoah, called on the NDC campaign team to desist from repeating the undemocratic act in this year's elections.
The message then for President John Mahama is clear. Many voters are very aware of the high stakes in this election and will therefore not be swayed by gift giving and vote buying. After 6 general elections since the inception of the Fourth Republic, many Ghanaians have gained enough experience of the true nature and purpose of elections and have thus moved beyond mere inducements offered at election time.
The NPP charged individuals and civil society to condemn vote buying in this year's elections because it is draining the nation's resources.
What we witnessed and experienced in the run-up to election 2012 could be likened to a deliberate shift of gargantuan public resources into the sole purpose of influencing electoral outcomes in the name of implementing public policy. And yet, real public policy, the needs of which include salaries, allowances, subventions, and earned payments from services rendered to government, as well as statutory payments, remained unpaid.
Let's get a reaction from the NDC. The party's campaign coordinator is joining us, Mr. Kofi Adams. Good evening, sir, and thank you for your time. So the NPP is saying you're buying votes and that actually you should desist from repeating what you did in 2012. Your quick reaction.
Thank you and good evening. What do you expect from a political party that has no ideas, that has nothing to offer this country? We have had 6 elections, and 4 of which we have won clearly. 3 of the victories that we have chalked in elections have been through first-round victories. 1 has gone through a runoff. And you can sit there and say that this is a political party that uses unorthodox means to get votes. You cannot continue insulting Ghanaians when you put out arrogant, divisive candidates, a candidate that cannot do anything, a candidate that don't mean what he says. He thinks that Ghanaians cannot see through, that this is a candidate who will lie his way to power and therefore they are not buying the message. If there is any political party that has engaged in acts that are designed to influence people in a wrong way, then it is a political party that decides to go and distribute cocoa for votes or distribute wache for votes.
So, Mr. Adams, before we continue our conversation, let's put it on record. So, you're saying that the NDC is not buying votes. That's emphatic.
That's emphatic. That's emphatic. On what basis would we buy? You see, a political party is so desperate that even where a president of the republic witness an incident and decide to be compassionate with a young girl who have suffered, they concluded that that is buying a vote. What more do you expect from this type of party? You don't expect anything from a party that has not been able to produce a manifesto few months to an election. They have not been able to tell us what it is that people are putting their votes on, and you take them serious. How will Ghanaians ever want to vote for such a political party? A party in opposition, you are few days away from an election, you have not been able to produce your document that tells us, that documents the contract between you and the people of this country, and you think that they will go and bargain their vote and do some repairs from here. When there is a credible candidate, a credible alternative, a credible candidate that is out there that they can easily go for, you want them to go and do try and error. That will not happen.
But Ms. Adams, those who accuse your party of vote buying have cited instances of distribution of outboard motors, distribution of saucepans to buttress the points they make. Do you not think that these things are indications that make them think, or perhaps that suggests that your party is engaging in vote buying?
Stephen, don't you realize that, as I said earlier, this is a party that we don't have to take serious. So a government policy that is announced public, that is captured in the President's State of the Nation address, that is captured in the national budget approved by Parliament, when being implemented, that is tantamount to buying vote. How sorry to say, silly can we be? That's a program that has been running in 2012, in 2014, and in 2016, every 2 years, fishermen of this country who go fishing to get out fish are supported. They pay part of the outboard motors. The state captures the rest. We subsidize fertilizer. We give cocoa seedlings for free. We give fertilizer for free. We subsidize all kinds of things for various persons, even fuel. Even electricity we pay in our homes is in a way subsidized because we have a lifeline. So all these persons are being influenced. That we build roads for people to travel on. So we are influencing them. When you build roads for the trot driver to drive on, is that influencing the person? I don't think so.
Right. Ms. Adams, we're grateful for your time. Thanks very much. Kofi Adams is campaign coordinator of the 2016 NDC elections.